Okay, welcome to the MSU Turf Team update. My name is Kevin Frank. Today is May 19th, 2020, and with the weather changing and finally warming up and with the amount of rainfall we've had recently, there's just definitely some disease activity on the forecast here. So with that, I have Dr. Joe Vargas here. And Joe, why don't you tell us what you're thinking about with diseases?
Okay. With the looking ahead at the temperatures, we're going to hit 65 degrees at a 2-inch depth, I believe, next week. So those people on golf courses that like to use that model, the 65 degrees at a 2-inch depth, you can begin to make your summer patch applications. I don't have to tell you that microdocium patch has been a real big problem out there, and you'd be wise to make some fungicide applications, not to let it get any worse. And then those of you that like the 75-degree model at a 2-inch depth for summer patch, that should be happening the following week. So we're getting that time of year. Also, with the temperatures going into the 80s, we should also be having dollar spot reemergence. So you may want to put down a preventative spray next week for that disease also. Considering the homeowners, the same type of thing, necrotic ring spot, those that like to make the fungicide applications at a 65-degree depth, 2-inch depth, sorry, that should happen next week. So you can be making those fungicide applications on home lawns and athletic fields. And leaf spot continues to be a problem. I think with the 80-degree temperatures, it will finally abate, but it's going to be a problem for the rest of this week. Thank you, Kevin. That's what I have to report.
Yeah, another thing I was thinking about too, Joe, just with the amount of rainfall we've had in the last 48 hours, I know some areas, like where I live just northeast of campus, I've recorded about 3.5 inches in the last 48 hours. I know Hancock Center had about 2.5, I think. But certainly very saturated soils, and I think we're going to dry out, it sounds like, but at least for the interim, with that amount of flooding and water, possibly we're going to see some chlorosis in the turf too, I think, just with that water standing there and inability to probably take up nutrients just in the short term.
Yeah, I think you're right. And again, that saturation helps bring on the patch diseases. Once that soil gets saturated and the roots weaken, then the pathogens tend to go on in. So yeah.
Yeah, so certainly the combination of all this moisture and now warm temps, it's going to start to feel like summer in a hurry, and should be a good time to be a plant pathologist, right?
Yeah, for sure. I can't wait for the samples to come in. Just kidding. Got enough things to.
Okay.
All right.
Anything else, Joe, or does that wrap it up?
That wraps it up, Kevin. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Joe. We'll be back as warranted with more updates for you. Thank you for tuning in.